I overlooked this film. It took 3 years, but I've seen it. When I was looking for horror films to watch during this holiday season, I came across one title that seemed very intriguing to me. It's a little movie called Anna and the Apocalypse. It played at Fantastic Fest and originally kind of debuted in 2017, but then it was kind of brought out to a more general audience of moviegoers in 2018. It's a Scottish film that, get this, is a zombie horror musical. I'll say it again if you didn't hear me. Zombie horror musical. This movie intrigued me with that premise, and it should be no surprise that while watching this movie, I had a blast. I absolutely loved it. Now, I'm going to talk about how I really overlooked this film because I had heard about this film years ago, but it never truly kind of gauged my radar. I didn't know anything about the movie. All I knew about it was that it was like a holiday film about this girl named Anna who kills zombies, and I didn't really understand that it was more than that. This is a movie that is satirical. It makes fun of the conventions of musicals as well as the conventions of zombies. I think of this movie kind of as like Zombieland mixed with something of like in the vein of High School Musical. I know that that's not the best thing you want to hear, but I'll tell you why. Okay, because the one problem with this movie is that the music is very amateur, but there's a reason to it. It's because they're trying to make it satirical. And I'm not gonna lie, some of these songs are bops. Like some of these songs are really, really good that I actually ended up downloading the entire album. And yeah, I started listening to the songs on repeat. This movie's not for everybody. It's definitely not a holiday film that a lot of people would really enjoy during this time of year. But to me, I could get behind something like this. It's a very smart concept that truly does something different that I've been wanting to see forever. Something that I've always wanted is, how can you make a movie that is both horror and also musical? The thing is, this movie's not scary. I'm not going to pretend like it's really scary. It is still a horror film, but I think to me, this movie kind of gauges that interest, gauges that creativity that is needed to potentially make something that is both scary and also musical. And so maybe I invent that. Maybe I create that. That's something that would be amazing to me. And so this movie actually inspired me by taking weird concepts that I think are goofy in my head and maybe even trying to put them together and formulating something that is very different and unique and something that's very bold, because this movie is very, very bold, and I appreciated it for that aspect alone. This movie, it rocks, man. It ruled. It ruled. I loved watching this film, and I had to share just my pure excitement and my pure love for this film. I think this is a movie that I could definitely see myself watching every holiday season, really getting into the sheer kind of satirical nature of the film. And that's the way you have to watch this movie. This is a movie that you watch with a group of people. You sit down, you have fun with it, and you shut your brain off. You can't think that this movie's serious. It's not. And it does everything it needs to correctly. It's also very satisfying watching this film because actually the guy who wrote it, he passed away actually in 2015. So this movie actually came out in 2017. Now, he wrote this short film called Zombie Musical that he wrote and directed, and then there was this high concept to turn that into a feature film, which is Anna and the Apocalypse, obviously, but he died before they were even able to kind of get this project off the ground, really. So watching it and understanding that, I think it really just kind of gives me more love towards this film, and it's something that I can truly respect, the craftsmanship of this writer, this young man who's taken so soon and who had such a promising career. So that's what I wanted to talk about in this video. I don't usually do videos on individual movies unless it's like Halloween or Star Wars, but every now and then there's those movies that come along that really impress me, and especially my creativity and my will to becoming a filmmaker, that is bold and different, I get impressed by, and I have to talk about it here on YouTube. So that's my thoughts. Have you seen this movie? Have you heard about this movie? I challenge you, if you have not, and you're a horror buff and you also like musicals and you want to watch a movie for Christmas, this is the movie you should watch. Give it a shot. And in the Apocalypse, it's a fun time, and I can't wait to watch it again. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.